Okay, I'm gonna go grab some water real quick, so hang on. Okay, water is acquired. Oh jeez. Yeah. I guess other thing I can talk about, I think I mentioned before, but my parents' friend is retiring, so I am making them, at my mother's suggestion, I am making them a footstool. And it's gonna be, it's gonna be a stool that, well, it's gonna have 4 legs. It's gonna be like an 18 by 18 2x4 frame, and it's going to have, the top is going to be woven. My mom's gonna do that. Yeah, so I'm using these, for the legs, I'm using these, this pallet wood, these 2x4s that have these, slats cut in them, and I'm using those for the legs, which I do think is gonna look pretty cool. A live and learn moment, I was like, you know what? Okay, so like, you know, the foot, so it basically goes from being a 2x4 to a 2x2, right? The 2x4 part was gonna be, the 2x4 part is gonna be, you know, attached to the frame. 2x2 is gonna be the leg. I cut it at an angle, just like off of the block, because it was like, well, yeah, that's what I want. And I really don't want to waste anything, right? So, yeah. But I was thinking, well, what if I took that 2x2 part and I like put it on my lathe and like, you know, turned it down into a circular profile, but kept the 2x4, the blocky 2x4. And I looked and I was like, you know what? Like my lathe is a pretty small one. I could barely do it, but I couldn't do it because of the angles. So live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. I also think, I mean, I don't think it would look bad. I don't think it would necessarily look like amazing. I think this sort of blocky look, I think, is nice. I like it. And I could, like, have taken the 2x4s that are the frame, and I could have, like, cut some curves into it. I don't like that, because I know that you could bend it, and the problem is, it wouldn't be a problem. It would not be a problem to cut, like, a 2x4 and to cut, like, curves into it. That's absolutely fine, if there's not really any problems with it, but if there is a problem with it, it's that oh jeez. We're just gonna leave. Sorry, the problem is that wood is a bunch of glued together straws, basically, long fibers that are held together with lignin, and, so if you cut a curve into it, instead of bending it, you're not actually, like, there's gonna be, like, the corners that are, really just this small chunk held on with lignin, which lignin is plenty strong for a natural thing, but it's really not that strong. Now granted, like, in that particular piece of furniture, would not be a problem. Would absolutely not be a problem. I mean, I am thinking, I guess, upon reflection, you do have, like, you do have, like, Arasaka rifles that are, like, they, instead of cutting the entire, like, rifle stock out of one piece of wood, they used 2 pieces because it was, because the toe of the stock was going to be would be very weak and prone to breaking off for the reason I just said. So it's not like it's a completely unrealistic thing. But yeah. Oh, that's cute. Did I skip over this? Oh, I can't sit down. Oh. I'm just gonna leave that. It's okay. I don't have to take a photo of everything. Oh, you know, I also added a new bolo to the family. We went to Tandy Leather because we were going to use leather. And then my mom was like, you know what? No, I think we're gonna use, like, cord. And, I mean, I don't even know, like... Like, the entire mat of leather was going to be, like, $60. And I think it was, like, 30 inches by 30 inches or something. Obviously not a perfect square, but, like, I think that's what it was. And I don't know how much yard she's thinking. Like, it sounds like it's a lot of yarn, but you're gonna, like... I mean, 18 inches... So, like, you know, 18 inches is gonna get you... I mean, not even, you know, 18 inches a yard is, you know, enough to go across the entire thing, but not including, like, where you're gonna tie it off, or how you're gonna secure it. And then, of course, you're gonna do, like... 20 times is not... accurate to the amount of times you're going to be, you know, doing of how many how many rows and columns of stuff you're going to be doing. Oh, we have the invisible force field again. Okay. So I don't know. She might end up spending $60 in yarn or in fabric board to do it. And it's like, oh well, okay. But, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I went to Tandy Leather and, well, we went to Tandy Leather, we got a hole punch, so I can add rivets to random shit, and, to clothing, presumably. And the bolo, which, like, they have a bunch of styles of, like, bolos. Like, you're looking for conchos, you want to look up on Tandy Leather's website. I'm pretty sure they're international. I'm sorry, not international. They're a national chain, I'm pretty sure. And they got a bunch of stuff. They got hardware and all kinds of things. They're mainly leather and leather goods, leather DIY kind of shop, you know. But yeah, they have some good stuff. Of course, you can look at like Amazon or other places for bolo supplies. There is bolosupply.com, which honestly does not have, like, they have like, oh, we have a premium bolo slider, and I'm like, that's the only thing you got. I mean, you have like the premium sliders, you have the cord, you have the tips. You don't have, I don't think they have any pendants, which is fine, because it's kind of like it's kind of just like a DIY thing. That's part of the joy of bolos, is that you can absolutely do that, but it's a whole thing. Until next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.